Here in the studio at WPKY 103.3 FM, The Tiger. We got the LaRue County Hawks coming to Princeton tonight to take on the Caldwell County Tigers at 7 p.m. kickoff.
Tigers like hawks. Don't eat, don't they?
They do. We're going to
That's
feast
good.
on some Hawks
That's
tonight.
good.
It's a big game, second round of the playoffs here, and we're going to have a perfect night for football. This is good football weather. I know it's going to be down in the 30s, but there's no better way to enter into the month of November and with the weather changing and the leaves are falling.
It's a whole lot better than first day of practice. I guarantee you that.
You don't miss those 100-degree heat index days.
No.
I know that, but it's going to be a good night, and we're expecting just a large crowd. We're playing on an opponent I don't think we've ever played, have we, Coach Barnes? Never played LaRue County, but we've got some incentive there. I know we've got a young man that's the head football coach at LaRue County, and Josh Jaggers, who has a lot of kin folks here in Princeton and Caldwell County, and
He told me he didn't claim them.
he didn't claim them.
No.
Well,
He's on his own now. He said he was through claiming them. No, I'm just kidding.
should be an exciting game. They're coming in with a really good record, and I talked to Josh earlier in the week, and he's going to be our call-in guest here in about 20 minutes, I think. And he's had just an outstanding season, 10-1. The only blemish on their schedule is Elizabethtown, and of course we only have one common opponent, the Union County Braves. They defeated Union County last week in the first round, 14-0.
Hart County.
That's right, Hart County. And we defeated Hart County last week pretty much, what was it, 40, I wasn't at the game,
43-14.
43-14, and I think it was 43-0 at halftime, wasn't
That's
it?
right.
And we got to rest our young men, most of the starters the second half, and of course we had a running clock, I think, the second half, so it lines up to be a good football game. Coach, tell us a little bit about LaRue County.
They're everything we've seen on film, we got just about every film they played, so we should have a pretty good read on them. They're too tight, wishbone a lot, probably 90% of the time. They will break the bone and get into some sets out of the bone. But that's what they want to do, is run the football, eat the clock up. But they will get in the spread against the Dare County. They come out and spread the field in the spread offense, but got back in that wishbone pretty quick.
So it's much like probably Paducah-Tillman. They run a similar offense.
Very similar to Paducah. Their backs are not as big as Tillman, but they're quick. Their people up front may not be as big, but they come off the ball and do a good job blocking.
He probably got that from his granddaddy.
I bet he did.
You think Joe Kelly used to run that wishbone, and I mean they were very effective.
Yeah, they run that belly second back, which you don't see very much, and trying to get ready for that's a pain.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to simulate it in practice, and they will run that some. So that's one of the plays that really bothers me tonight.
That old Webster County used to run that at one time. What was that guy's name that coached over there?
Gene Rollins.
Gene Rollins.
Gene
He sure
Rollins.
did.
And
Tell you what, they did a good job with it.
And their jerseys was the same color
As
of the
the
football,
football, right.
and they carried their fakes out better than any team
It
that we
was
ever
good.
saw. And
They did a good job. You don't really need to throw or spread them out if you can do the best. If you can pull that ball like that, it's tough.
It's
Especially if you got a quarterback that can run the ball. It makes a difference.
it's similar to what we see Navy and Georgia Tech and some of these college teams play. It's hard to prepare for, especially probably defensively, keeping your kids disciplined and reading their keys, and because you got three options there, and you can't relax at any time because they could bust a big play on you.
They got evidently got some pretty good athletes, because you can't just have big old slow people playing in the line and everything else, even though you can get make the whole block pretty quick, but still they got evidently pretty good kids over there that are lined up.
They got Josh, he was there at one time, and they let him go, and they rehired him this past year, and he's doing a really good job with those kids.
How long's he been their head coach? Is this his second?
Well,
This is his second stint, I believe. Right.
Stint.
He was at John Hardin the last couple years. Is that
yeah,
right?
That's right.
And of course, he's returned back to LaRue County, and I think he had these kids when they were maybe freshmen.
They were freshmen, 8th grade or freshmen.
Eighth grade or freshman. So he's got to return and just has done a wonderful job with that ball club over there. Now, is Marty helping him son now?
I'd say he is.
Of course, Marty is his dad, and he's still living over here at Katie's, and of course we'll probably have a stand full on both sides of Jagger's family tonight.
Yes. They as far as Josh goes, he played it on the Danville team that you won. Wasn't he a junior that year?
1998. Yes, I believe he was a junior, and of course, Marty was an assistant.
Right.
At Danville at the time, and we were very fortunate and blessed to come away with the win there, especially in the fourth quarter. And it's not the first time that he's had to compete against Caldwell County. First time maybe as a coach, but not as a player. So we're going to get his thoughts here after a little
He
bit.
went on to sign with the University of Kentucky, and I think he finished
He
up
did.
at Campbellsville.
He was a good football player. I mean, he was hard-nosed and one of the best linemen in the state, and we thank the world of Josh and his family, and I know it's tough having to coach against family. I had to deal with it back years ago when my brother-in-law was the head coach at Crittenden County, and I was over here at Caldwell, and you just kind of play it by ear, you want to beat their brains out, but after you're still going to hug and be friends.
As soon as it's over, it's over. That's the way it goes.
Right.
But when you mentioned LaRue County, though, I remember, of course, I went when I was lucky enough, like I say, to go to Western. We had a freshman down there from LaRue County, and I'd really never heard of it much. But old John Embry,
I've heard of him.
Running back, he was as good as his feet were something else. He and Clarence Jackson both just split time. But John Embry, of course, he had about 7 or 8 brothers, I think.
And, of course, Rodney Arms was a longtime coach at LaRue County. David back, I don't know. He was there probably 20 years back, and
we played when I was at Davis County, so he'd been there quite a
he was there for a
while.
long time. And, of course, we remember Phil Eason.
Phil Eason was
Phil
down
Eason
there,
was the head football coach when I was an assistant at Allen County. And Pat Malone was one of his Mumbles was one of his assistants. So we're a little bit familiar with LaRue County. It's located in Hodgenville, and which is up not too far from Elizabethtown. So they're on Eastern time, and might be a little adjustment for them. And I'm sure they're probably going to leave school early.
They said they could be here and start at 7 instead of 7:30, so that helped.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather have the 7 o'clock game. Not just me. I'm not playing, but I think it would be better for fans and them. But how much closer is that than the last week? It's not that much closer, is it?
Probably, 45 minutes, 45-minute drive, I think, from maybe Hart County to Hodgenville.
It doesn't really matter, but I just wondered, why they couldn't
It's
get
right
here.
there close to the, Eastern time zone. It's not too far from the Eastern time. I was in and out of it this week, the Eastern time zone up in Indiana, and then, I was in Meade County, which is at Brandenburg. They're on Eastern time. Then you cross into Breckenridge County, they're on Central Standard Time. So, you're right there on the dividing line there of the time zone. Before Coach Jaggers calls in, we've got a few announcements to make. Kim Farmer has asked me to make a few announcements here in regards to tonight's game. She still has tickets on sale for chairbacks. They're $10 if you haven't gotten them. Go out to the high school today or contact Kim, and she'll get you your chairback seat for $10. And general admission for tonight's game is $6. So everyone, I think it's normally been $5. Was it $6 last week?
5.
It was $5 last week, so they've increased it $1.
You'd be $7 if you win this week. Next week, you go up $1 a week.
Go up $1 a week.
Yeah, if you're pretty good, you got to move up.
And of course, I don't know if our listeners and viewers know, but of course, when you get into the playoff, you split the gate. You have to take care of the opposing team and help with their expenses, and so I mean it's an advantage of playing at home, but money wise, you have to kind of divide it equally amongst schools, and that's basically why the prices are the way they are. She's also asked me to announce today that basketball tickets were just right around the corner. Can you believe it's almost basketball season? It's almost Thanksgiving. Yeah. But
I like that better.
Basketball season tickets, chairback season tickets go on sale next week. I'm assuming on Monday. They're $70. And they also have a student pass to all the basketball games, which is pretty good price for parents for their children to go for $20. And general admission for everyone will be $5 a game. So you're better off. I think they probably have 15 or so home games.
Yeah, but the tournament we have at
Tournaments
Christmas,
do not.
It won't cover that tournament at Christmas.
So the $20 for the student pass is good for any sport, or just basketball? Or I guess basketball, JV, any of those games, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's a pretty good deal.
So that's for freshmen and JV games. You can't beat that price. And chairbacks is included in that as well. So Tiger fans, get out there and buy your tickets. Purchase your tickets for basketball. We're talking about tonight is the kickoff for the NCAA basketball season. And hopefully no one will stay at home to watch Kentucky play Utah Valley. Or no reason to stay at home. That's exactly right. And, it begins tonight. I know my son-in-law's team at Northern Kentucky has a big game against NCAA participant from last season in East Tennessee State there in Northern Kentucky. So I know they've got a big game coming up. And, of course, I think beginning today on ESPN, they're beginning like at 11 a.m. Covering some of the NCAA basketball teams.
It'll take you till 8 or 9 weeks to figure out who's playing for Kentucky anyway. They're all new and nobody can pronounce any of their names.
You get used to a team like last year's team, and they're all gone.
Right.
And they've got a few holdovers, but not many. And they got a whole new bunch in here this year, and of course they're very talented once again. But it's going to take them a while, and I know Coach Calipari will gel them together like he always does by tournament time. And we've got basketball's a long season. And, here it is the 1st of November, and it runs all the way through March. So, we got plenty of time to catch basketball. And, of course, we got a big weekend of college football on store. Two of our local products here. Elijah Sindelar stepping up and going to be the starting quarterback from here on out for the Purdue Boilermakers. And I think David Blau broke his ankle last week in a game, and that's very unfortunate. And he had to have surgery and be gone for the remainder of the season. So, Elijah, we want to wish him the best of luck. And D. Kane suffered a season-ending injury last weekend at Vanderbilt. I think he had a knee problem, or I don't know, did he tear his ACL, David?
They did surgery yesterday, and he'd broken a bone up close to his knee, and they thought they were going to have to put a plate in there. They ended up getting in there and put pins. And his ACL and MCL are still, everything's good with that, so it's a lot better report than what they initially thought. He's going to be off of it for about 8 weeks.
Okay, and he was really starting to come into his own. He started playing some defensive end, I believe. They put him down.
Yeah, his hand on the ground, first time ever.
Yeah, first time he's ever put his hand on the ground. And
he did that in the All-Star game. That's the first time he ever done it.
So we want to wish him a speedy recovery as well, and our thoughts and prayers are with him and his family. And Dee, I think you've got a few shout-outs to give as well.
Yeah, we'll go for a couple of them here. First of all, we want to just recognize one more time Marty Pressler. She's always was good to us at the high school.
She
we
sure
needed.
was.
She still sends things to you, and not necessarily me, but I wanted to bring her name up. And also, we want to give a congratulations to Jay Davis, who is going to be calling one of the state final games this year.
That's right. You told me that earlier.
I don't know. He didn't say which game. Maybe he doesn't want to tell me, because if I tell everybody, they'll be up there hollering at him.
He won't know until they get it.
Is that right?
Because there's like three different associations he'll be with, and if one of those associations involved, they can't referee that game. So,
but that's a
What
big
an
deal.
honor.
He's been,
What an honor.
That doesn't happen to just any time, anybody. He's been calling a long time. And that's a good deal.
And I think Brent Stallings has
He's
called
one. Yes.
Yeah, he's called some, and that's a very, nice honor. And of course, this year the state finals are going to be held in Lexington, and you know, I'm on the listserv for the high school football coaches, and Julian Tackett sent out the ticket information.
You
And
see the prices on them tickets?
those tickets was outrageous.
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. They're not even close to what
What was it, Western?
at Western.
Really?
Oh,
Double.
I don't even want double.
You'll be sitting outside at Western. I mean, at WKU, at UK too, instead of up top.
That's the first thing that caught my eye was the ticket prices, and you know, you're going to pay a big penny to go attend those games. And what was the total package, David? Do you remember?
$150 for the 6 games if you want in the upper level where you're inside, or you can watch games from inside, like we did at Western for
Right.
$75.
Well, they
Right.
get 75.
Yeah,
I didn't know
they've
what
doubled. Yeah, they've doubled. And I do believe, did that not include parking too?
There was a parking pass included with it.
There was a parking pass. Okay, so of course we're several weeks away from that, but you know that was one thing that did catch our eye there. Any others?
One
Dennis?
or two more here. I wanted to say, I said last week I went down to the courthouse and the ladies took care of me, and I said all the offices, but I do want to bring up Kelly and Stacy down at the PVA office. They took real good care of me, and even took care of me before I went down to the city office about my house. I'm getting so old now, I'm getting a break on my taxes, so that was good. That made me feel good.
That is always good.
And
Faithful listeners.
yes, I appreciate it very much. And I saw Janie Kirk in there too as well. She was in there, but she left before I got my money taken away, so I didn't get to see that part of it. But the other thing I wanted to say was, let's see here, what do I have on here?
Veterans Day, we don't.
Well,
want
yeah, Veterans Day. We definitely don't want to forget that. I tell you what, when you and I first started coaching, when the things were bigger down here, the V and the Legion and the Elks, all those people, all we had to do was just give somebody a call if we needed something. I mean, I remember the first day you came as head coach. You said I asked you what you need, and you went out and looked around. We didn't have much.
No.
I mean, Coach G was a good man and all,
Oh,
but
yeah.
he always just beat on each other.
Yeah.
You know, but you said, well, I could sure use a sled.
I remember it, Randy Durr and you.
Randy said, what do you want? I said, we need a sled. I said, I don't know nothing about a sled because I didn't want to hit one anyway. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I had a 2-man sled for the backs, and I hid
Blaster,
from that too.
I think we got some sleds and blasters, and I
Yeah.
mean they were all community donations.
And he just went around to these places, and I'm telling you, just friends and places like that, and he had enough for us to get all that in a week. And anyway, it's just people in this town are awful good to everybody in any sport. It doesn't matter what it is.
And we can't say enough about our veterans. And of course, my dad was a veteran.
Yes.
And my uncle, you know, he served in the Navy. My dad in the Army, and I mean, of course, I've never served, but I know how important these people are in protecting us and our rights as a country. And, you know, I heard on the radio yesterday that the state of California is wanting to abolish the national anthem. And that just they're saying that it discriminates some of the words in it. And, I mean, Rush Limbaugh, of course, you tune into Rush, he will fill you in on it, but it is a disgrace to know that we've got a society that wants to change traditional values, and it just ran all over me.
I'll tell you what Willie sent me here in a minute. I need one other thing. I was listening to the TV on a lot of the commercials and all, and one of the guys down there, one of his statements I really liked. It said, "We are the home of the free because of the brave," and I thought, that was good. That he's truthful. That's the way it goes.
Is, and we're so thankful for these veterans. And of course, tomorrow is Veterans Day, and I know Ty has been having commercials on the radio, and
We've had veteran salutes, and then of course the VFW, American Legion, Daughters of the American Revolution. Their program is at 11 down at the courthouse steps.
11.
Tomorrow. And then, of course, Roy Jean Rogers came to me, and I'll mention this quickly, and asked that we try to get some names together. And we've started compiling a list out there. If you go to the WPKY website, it says Caldwell County Veterans. It can be anybody. That's what we started with, but we've had a lot of folks message and say, can you add this one? And we're going to probably once a week. So just be patient. It's a work in progress, but you're right. We can't thank these guys enough. And you can go to the WPKY webpage, And there's a link there that says Veterans, and there you go. So anyway, it's a work in progress.
It is. Anybody else, Dennis? You like to?
I believe I've shouted about everybody I can shout, except for what we're going to bring up. Well, we'll bring him up when we get back.
Oh yeah. Okay.
we don't have enough time to talk about him yet.
We're going to take a short break here and listen to our sponsors. And once again, we want to thank Trice Hughes Chevrolet and
Yep.
and the McEnany.
Joe and Kathy, that's right.
for
We haven't thanked them for a while.
We want to thank them for allowing us to come in here in the studio on these Friday mornings
And not get fired yet.
and just talk about anything, basically. and but geared more towards sports and athletics. And we're very blessed here in this community. So let's take a short break. We'll be right back after Dennis says something.
Yeah, let me give one more. I saw a girl, and darn it, it's a shame. I don't know her first name, but you remember the Brazier girl that played basketball?
Christy.
Christy. Her mother
is-
was in the food giant, and of course Tom, her husband, went to school with me.
Okay.
And he was a good fella, man. And she told me not to shout out this week because they couldn't be here, couldn't listen. But if I can remember it next week. But I saw her, and I just want to give her a shout out. And Tom and Christy she was a pretty good basketball player.
Yes, she was.
She was just like him. He was tall and lanky. But anyway, that's enough. Sorry.
But we want to shout out to them all. We're
That's
going to take
right.
a short break, and we'll be right back with Coach Josh Jaggers. You're listening to Tiger Sports Talk on 103.3 FM, The Tiger.
The 2018s are here. All 2017s have to go. Every brand we carry, every Chevrolet, GMC, Buick, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram truck has been marked down. 0% financing for 72 months or up to $10,000 off some models. Come by Trice Hughes or call 270-365-5522. You can also shop at tricehughes.com. Why haven't you given Trice a try? It's easy. Call today, 270-365-5522, or stop by for a great deal today. Give Trice a try.
It's that time of year again. Soon leaves will be falling. Football and deer season is right around the corner. When those little critters get stirring around, sometimes our vehicles get in their way. When that happens, Trice Hughes Incorporated hopes you remember our body shop to get you back on the road. We offer free estimates, 3-stage paint process that is guaranteed as long as you own your vehicle, and certified technicians that together offer 120 years of combined experience. We keep rental vehicles readily available, so even if your car is out of commission, you don't have to be. Trice Hughes Incorporated, Highway 91 North in Princeton. New car buyers, listen up. We need to move our new car and truck inventory fast, and we need your trade. At Trice Hughes Incorporated, we know the dollar is tight, but there's never been a better time to buy a new vehicle. With fantastic rebates, low rates, awesome trade allowance, and 7 American car lines to choose from, Trice Hughes Incorporated is sure to fit you with the perfect vehicle at a price that's pleasing. And as always, if we don't have what you want on our lot, we'll find it for you. Don't go out of town for a good deal. Stay in town for a great deal. Trice Hughes Incorporated, where your trade is worth more. Trice Hughes in Princeton would like to give a big shout out to one of our own, Jeff McDowell. Jeff has given Trice Hughes 34 years as one of our top service technicians, and General Motors thinks so also, as they selected Jeff in the top 20 service technicians out of over 7,000 in the Southeast region. We are so proud of you, Jeff. The extra time and dedication it takes to achieve this honor speaks volumes about him. Trice Hughes Incorporated offers top-notch service on all your GM and Chrysler vehicles by certified technicians Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Call 270-365-5522 for your appointment today. Trice Hughes Incorporated, Highway 91 North in Princeton.
The 2018s are here. All 2017s have to go. Every brand we carry, every Chevrolet, GMC, Buick, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram truck has been marked down. 0% financing for 72 months or up to $10,000 off some models. Come by Trice Hughes or call 270-365-5522. You can also shop at tricehughes.com. Why haven't you given Trice a try? It's easy. Call today, 270-365-5522, or stop by for a great deal today. Give Trice a try.
It's that time of year again. Soon leaves will be falling. Football and deer season is right around the corner. When those little critters get stirring around, sometimes our vehicles get in their way. When that happens, Trice Hughes Incorporated hopes you remember our body shop to get you back on the road. We offer free estimates, 3-stage paint process that is guaranteed as long as you own your vehicle, and certified technicians that together offer 120 years of combined experience. We keep rental vehicles readily available, so even if your car is out of commission, you don't have to be. Trice Hughes Incorporated, Highway 91 North in Princeton.
Back here at Tiger Sports Talk at 103.3 FM, The Tiger. We're in studio live here in studio with Coach David Barnes and DT and myself and Ty Englebright. We've got with us now a very special guest. We've got Josh Jaggers on the phone, the head coach of the LaRue County Hawks. Welcome to the show, Josh.
Hey, Coach. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good deal. You're working. Last week we had a call-in guest, and we had a lot of technical difficulties, but sounds like we're doing well right now. Josh, congratulations on just a terrific season so far. I sent you a text earlier in the week to invite you on to the show, and you've just done an outstanding job and probably one of the most surprised jobs in Class 3A this season, and with your LaRue County Hawks being 10-1. Tell us how the season's progressed for you.
Well, I appreciate that. It's been a fun ride so far. As I've told people, I've just kind of tried not to mess this group up. I knew what I was kind of had on my hands getting back here. Even though the last couple of years with the coaching change, things didn't go great, and we were just trying to make the most of the year. And realistically, I didn't think that if you told us we'd be 10-1 right now, I didn't think we would be. And that's not coach speak. I just didn't think we'd be 10-1 right now. I thought maybe winning 7, 8, maybe 9 ball games was a realistic shot. We caught some breaks, but here we are. And the kids have bought back in. A lot of them kind of remembered some of the things we were doing when they were freshmen. A lot of these seniors, they were starting as freshmen, probably anywhere from 7 to 9 of them in 2014. My last year, the first go around, and it kind of just bought back into the things we were trying to do initially, and the rest has been history. But it's been a fun ride so far, that's for sure.
Josh, it's DT. How you doing, old buddy?
Hey, DT, I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, man. Good. We're awful proud of you over there. That's a good deal when you go have a record like that. And like you say, be honest with you, we're sitting here talking about Caldwell earlier. We weren't really planning on what we got either. Starting of the year, it's just.
Yeah.
If you'd have told us we were going to be 9-2, back in the summer, we
would have took it. We would have took it. That's no joke.
I guarantee it. I remember talking to Brian. Of course, Brian and I and Joe being there. Well, that's no.
Yeah, you got plenty of help, whether it's on the phone or at home. It doesn't matter.
That's exactly right. But I remember Brian. The first few weeks. My gosh, if we come out of his first few games 2-3 or 3-2, he said we'll be doing something. And then, sure enough, here Coach Barnes takes the boys, and you come out of those first few games, which was a killer schedule, and come out with only one loss. I guess we both kind of found ourselves in situations we didn't really expect maybe going into the year, but here we are, and here it is November 10th, and two maybe unlikely.
And you're still playing.
Year meeting up.
Yep.
Right.
Hey, Joshua, do you have any still have any Embrees in Buffalo, Kentucky?
What's that now?
Do you still have any Embrees in Buffalo, Kentucky?
We've got some Embrees. We've actually got they're not Embrees, but they're family members.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, number 15, Kane Harris, receiver, free safety. Kane is an Embry. Bryson Cobb, our leading rusher. The Cobbs and the Embrys are all tied in, so we don't have any. We don't have any of the boys that are Embrys by last name.
Well, that's all right.
Blood.
Well,
and I'll be honest with you, Dad will tell you the same thing. And a lot of people here will tell you the same thing. That when you got some Embry blood rolling around Hodgenville, you got a chance to make something pretty special.
You're exactly right. I tell you what, I'm going to be down. I know you won't have time, but I'll be down as you come out from your locker room. I want you to introduce me to both of them.
I will. I'll sure do it. You come down there.
I'll tell some terrible, quick stories on their kinfolk.
That'd be fine.
Anyway.
Yeah, we've got some Cobbs and some Harrises. But like I said, they're in the Embry family tree.
Well, good deal. Johnny played with me. He was a good man. Of course, I forget his other brother, the one that played right after him. He came, but anyway.
Danny.
Danny, okay.
Yeah, Danny was Danny was a freshman, dad's senior year at WKU.
Okay.
When he came from in the late 70s, or I guess it would have been cricket. And he goes by cricket.
Cricket, that's right. That's who it was. You're right. That's
yeah,
right.
Cricket. And I seen every day after practice, he's here in the parking lot picking up some of his relatives. He's pumped up as anybody got this year.
Well, those are old memories. Old memories for me. We need to get off of me. We'll talk about you and your team.
That's fine.
We like I say, we're glad to have you coming down here. We like to have people come that we know when we play them. That way we don't get to talking too bad about you. But when the ones that come that we don't know them, we hit them pretty hard.
I guarantee it, as we all do, as we should.
Josh,
I'm
tell us.
looking forward to it.
Josh, tell us a little bit about you're coming. You're on the Eastern Time Zone, and
Yes, sir.
you're playing at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, which is normally at 8 o'clock your time. Is that going to be a big adjustment for you and your team tonight?
No, I don't. The time zone won't, because of the fact that our district is probably one of the few districts in the state where we have teams in the Eastern and Central Time Zone.
Right.
Where we've got Edmonson County and
Yeah.
there and Hart.
Hart.
They're in the Central and we're in the Eastern. So we've played several, and then we play Russell County. They're kind of a non-district rival over the years, and Russell County is in Central Time Zone. So we've played several games this year at 8 o'clock. Now the travel, loading up and heading down there.
How long will
on a
it take
bus.
you?
Well, we're leaving today. We're leaving school just a little bit early. But Fridays are our early release days, so we're gonna stop down in Central City and get a bite to eat. Maybe let the boys get out and just kind of walk around a little bit, and we'll finish up the extra 50 miles and come on into Princeton. But if it was a straight shot by bus, probably 2.5 hours. I can be to Princeton. I can be to Bryan's in 2 hours from my house, and it takes a little bit longer going to Dad's and Katie's. But it's straight shot. It would take about 2.5 hours. But we're going to kind of break it up a little bit. Just kind of enjoy the day and make the most of it.
Right. Started out fun and ended up fun. Nice night to
that's
play. Going to be a good night to
It's
play.
going to be a good cold night to play football
It's
in
going to be
November.
cold. The bottom's going to drop out, I believe. I was having to go to. I don't know if my Coach Gates. I got something about us football coaches and little girls now. I got 2 little girls myself.
Aren't they precious?
Yeah, I'm telling you now, they're heart and soul. I was talking to the boys. I don't know, it was 2 weeks ago. And, my youngest daughter, as everybody will tell you, her name's Layla. My oldest daughter's Avery, and Avery's like her mama, which is a really good thing. And Layla is a lot like myself, but she's more like Dad.
Oh,
I
Lord.
don't know how good of a thing that is, but yeah. But she's a lot of people say, golly, that's a Marty look. But anyway, I'm talking to the boys.
Oh.
I'm talking to the boys 2 weeks ago after the game, where she's watching cartoons on her phone there after the game, or on my wife's phone, and she runs right up there in the middle of me talking to the boys, and she was just pumped. She wanted to show everybody what was on the phone with that. So I got 2 little girls and a wife I was out buying cold clothes for last night to make the trip. So I think the bottom's going to drop out tonight, I believe.
It'll be all right. It'll be warm.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. Everybody will. You all get to see all your family when you come down. That'll warm things up a little too. You get to see all the family. That makes a big difference. Yours are close. At least mine are in Orlando and San Francisco. I don't get to see them very often, but
It's going to be a split crowd tonight, won't it? On your side of the family.
It's going to be a family divided. I believe, at least for a couple hours.
yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
I was sitting there thinking the other day, I was like, my gosh, here's the 3rd time we've done this. Going back to that fateful day back in December of '98.
Yeah.
What a wonderful day that was for Caldwell County.
That's right. Yeah, and then the family was divided then, and then I know a couple years ago when Jack and E-Town came down there, and
That's right.
I wasn't able to make it because I was coaching over John Hart.
Yeah.
The family was kind of split then, and here we go for round 3, the rubber match, I guess you could say.
Hey,
Well,
is Marty helping you any? I know he's helping you, but
Dad's not. He comes up to the games most of the time. There's been 2 or 3 games he hadn't come to this year, but he'll come up here and watch the games on Friday night. He's pacing all around the track, and he's come up here some. He came up here. He came up here for a few days in July, and he had to get back playing golf.
oh yeah,
And then he came up here about 3 weeks ago for a couple days, and then he had to get back to tending all of his deer stands and all that stuff.
that's
So
right. Tomorrow morning's opening deer season. Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Yeah, opening day. No, he comes up every now and then just to get a little taste of it, and then he's like, "All right, I'll see you Friday night, or I'm gonna head back to my hobbies." So,
What ab-
but no, he's just hanging out. It's just been me and my staff and the boys for the most part.
What about old granddad? How's Joe Kelly doing?
He's doing great. He really is. Of course, it's been a hard year.
I know it has.
Passing a crad and all that. He's came over here a time or two, and he's doing really good. It's that boring part of the year for him now, where it's got cold and he can't play.
Golf.
Here he's 77 years old, and he probably plays 36, 27 holes of golf still twice a week.
Well, that's
So
great.
it's the time of year now where he's getting ready to start getting bored, but he's excited about it, and
He'll be here tonight, won't he?
yes, sir. He'll be here tonight, and he's
He and your mom, Joey. Yeah, we want to give a shout out to them.
here. Yeah, they're doing good. He's really excited. He's pretty special to me.
I know he is.
And,
And of course, he can probably give you a lot of advice on running that wishbone too. He was one of the best, I guarantee you.
It goes without. I know tonight's game, it probably won't look as good as Papa Joe and Dad and those guys how they did it, but we're trying to get to that point with it. And Dave, obviously, those two have had a lot of influence on me and what we do, and we're just trying to do the best with it we can. And it's been pretty good so far.
well, they did a good job, Joshua. You're a fine young man. I want to tell you that. That might not mean a whole lot come from me, because I've had a lot of people tell me I'm not a fine young man. So, but anyway, you are. My son Wes really thinks a lot of you too. He's told me to say hello to you when I talked to him the other night on the phone.
Well, y'all are pretty close to being family. I mean,
Well,
you've got Rick, and of course, Betty, his wife, is a Jack.
We're family around the corner.
We're family around the corner. That's exactly it.
I tell you that it's a huge family, and I mean a very well respected family in this community and throughout the state of Kentucky. And we're very proud of you, Josh. And you're following in your footsteps of a long tradition, and and the success only breeds success. And you've just done a terrific job. And is there anything else you'd like to tell us about your team? Kind of what to expect tonight.
I just think you'll see a bunch of guys, especially 20 seniors that have
Man,
they've been
a lot
through
of
the hard
seniors.
times. Yeah, we do, and the fact is we 10 or 11 of them play, and then we've got a lot of them that they're just those team players. They just wanted to be part of something. And they've all accepted their roles over the years. They've been through the bad times, and now they're getting ready where they've reaped some of the benefits of the good times. And they've stuck together.
They were freshmen, wasn't they? When you
that now?
were they freshmen when you left the first time?
Yes, sir. When I got let go the first time, they had just finished up their freshman season. Like I said, 7 to 9 of them were starting on both sides of the ball. Well, either not both sides of the ball, but with 7 to 9 of the starters we had offensive and defensively were some of the guys that were out there, or the guys that are out there tonight. But they're just a special group. They stuck together, and they bought in, and they've gone through coaching changes, and that's who I'm happy for.
Yeah.
I've talked to them all year long about, Dad used to tell some of his groups, how do you want to be remembered? And all year long, everything we've been doing you know, they'd say LaRue County is first time since 2002, first time since 2002, first time since 2002. And I said, you know, how do you want to be remembered? Do you want everybody to still be talking about the 2002 group that won 10, 11 games? Or do you want these young guys that are coming up through the youth league now to be talking about the 2017 group? And I told them last night, I said, look, tomorrow, we're going to go down there, we're going to play ball, we're going to give it you know what, and what happens, happens. I said, I'm going to let you know something. I said, you're remembered now. I said, now let's just keep trying to go add on to it. And they're just a special group, plays together. They're unselfish. They don't care who gets the glory, who gets the credit. I mean, I got a quarterback, Dane Milby, who, you know, he's been in the spread the last couple of years and thrown for 1,400 yards each for the last 2 years. And he's loving this stuff. I mean, there's been a lot of times throughout the year, throughout the games, when I've wanted to, you know, I said, you know, Dane, you gonna let it fly? And he goes, no, coach. He said, let's just keep pounding them. He said, keep feeding them. So, just a bunch that they play hard, they play together, and they've deserved this. And whatever happens from here on out is icing on the cake. And I'm just proud to be part of it.
Well, Coach, I tell you, it's, you know, this is the time of the season. You know, everybody that are still playing deserves to be there. And,
That's right.
You know, we were talking last week, and I can't remember who it was telling me, but only 2 number 1 seeds went down in the whole state of Kentucky. I think one of them was Ryle High School. They got defeated by Louisville Butler, and I can't remember. The other one's over in West
Fleming County.
Fleming County. Okay.
Coach Perry's team, who was our defense coordinator at Danville, and he's back at Garrett for the second time. But yeah, I think you're right. That was it.
Only 2 of them, you know, went down, and of course we feel like that, and we don't know what your feelings are, but you know, this 4-team, you know, format in the playoffs is, you know, you don't have a lot of really good matchups in the 1 and 4s.
You don't. I'm with you. I totally agree. You don't.
And, you know, the 2 and 3s you do. I mean, there were several number 3 seeds that from one district beat the number 2 in the others, but this is the part of the season that the real ones are still standing. And, you know, you've done just a terrific job, and I know your family is really proud of you. And I know it's got to be tough looking across that sideline or from your viewpoint and seeing Joby out there at quarterback for the Caldwell County Tigers. And I know you want to wish him the best every game except tonight.
Correct. Yeah, it's bittersweet. I mean, I'd be lying if I said otherwise. I told the news reporters up here in E-Town the other day that, you know, as y'all know, I've you know, LaRue County and Caldwell County are kind of 2 places that, you know, I've never, up until I moved here several years ago, I've never lived, but they're the 2 places that probably feel like home the most, you know, and I don't, it's kind of a different kind of feeling. A lot of people don't understand that, but with the family connections that I have here and everybody being down there, they kind of both are my homes without having lived there. And until here recently here in Hodgenville, but Joby, I was telling you guys the other day, you know, I used to spend a lot of time down there in the summers, and I can remember going with Brian, or going with Shauna, or sometimes myself, and just, you know, going to pick up Joby from daycare and riding around with him and taking him somewhere else. And here he is leading the show down there, and I'm tickled to death for him. I'm as proud as anything for him, and we'll always be family. We're going to be family tonight. We're just going to take a little bit of a break for about 2 hours.
There you go.
And, you know, and Joby's doing a really nice gesture in honoring Doc by wearing that number 13 jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
and I know that's got to be emotional for your family as well. And, you know, it's just got to be tough.
It is. It's a whole lot of emotions. It really is. Brian and I were talking the other night, just, you know, how much Crad would be enjoying this right now. And of course, I told Brian, I said, Brian, I don't know how much you think he'd be enjoying it for one side. I said, he'd be over here. I said, we'd be coaching together. Of course,
That's right.
I said, we'd be double game playing at the But anyway, yeah. But you're right. And Joby wanting to wear 13, and I, I'm just. I guess we all should just be blessed to be in this situation, and this time of year, everybody's good, and it's sad to say, but a good team's gonna pack it in.
That's right.
Tonight, but that's part of it. That goes with the game, and we're just hoping to come down there and I just hope for a good, clean game, hard playing game. Everybody come out safe and may the best team come out on top. And I think it's going to be a game people are going to enjoy. I really do. I'm looking forward to it. I showed the kids back to the environment down there, and I said you'll remember this night for the rest of your life.
Yep, they sure will. I wish they'd have been over in that old building where we used to play around that wall. I'd really remember that.
Hey, let me ask you, I said something to Dad about this too. Is it big enough to still play a game in?
I don't know.
No.
Bleacher wise, it's probably not.
No.
But
Probably not.
field is still the same size. They didn't have a big. As soon as you went out of bounds, you went under the fence.
So it's kind of like Highlands or whatnot.
Yeah.
Where it's right there up there against it. Well, I was telling Dad and Johnny back this past summer one time we were hanging out in Bride. I said, man, how cool would it be if it's a one time a year
Throwback game.
play a throwback game,
Right.
play down there, But they said the same thing. Thought they didn't know if there'd be enough seating.
They'd have to sit around the top of the wall like they used to.
Yeah.
That wall was.
Pictures on the ceiling and down on the roof.
Oh, yeah, on the roof.
Boxes up there.
Be tough to probably stream the game, but we still, or I think they still do, don't they, Coach Barnes, have a throwback down here in the Butler Gym?
Yes.
They still, have one game at season. Our boys and girls basketball team plays in the Butler Gym down here, so. But I don't think the stadium would hold all of our fans.
Josh, be sure you tell your principal or whoever that let you call us this morning. I don't know if you're out of class or what, but we appreciate it very much.
I will. I'll tell her. I got a good one. Denise Skaggs is her name. She's a good one.
Well,
I'll put it that way.
that's good. That's
Well,
a good deal.
Josh, we sure appreciate your time this morning, and we want to give a shout out to all your family.
Yeah.
And let them know that they're still in our thoughts and prayers. And we, I know tonight's going to be tough on them, but once the game's over, you're still family. And
That's exactly
these
right.
gatherings coming up here for the holiday season, I mean,
That's right.
everything's going to be a good memory.
It is. We're awful blessed. We're a very fortunate group of people, very fortunate family, and I feel honored just being able to be part of something like this tonight, as we all should, and I know we all do. So.
Well, we're
I
going to come see
appreciate
you.
it, Coach Gates.
We're going to come see you before the game, and hopefully we get to see Marty and Joe Kelly and all your other family. And we will want to wish you the best of luck, but we also want a Caldwell County Tiger win.
That's right. That's good. I guarantee it. That's it.
Thank you, Josh. We've been talking to Josh Jaggers, the head football coach at LaRue County Hawks. We're going to take another short break, and we're going to wind this show on down. You're listening to Tiger Sports Talk on 103.3 FM, The Tiger.
New car buyers, listen up. We need to move our new car and truck inventory fast, and we need your trade. At Trice Hughes Incorporated, we know the dollar is tight, but there's never been a better time to buy a new vehicle. With fantastic rebates, low rates, awesome trade allowance, and 7 American car lines to choose from, Trice Hughes Incorporated is sure to fit you with the perfect vehicle at a price that's pleasing. And as always, if we don't have what you want on our lot, we'll find it for you. Don't go out of town for a good deal. Stay in town for a great deal. Trice Hughes Incorporated, where your trade is worth more. Trice Hughes in Princeton would like to give a big shout out to one of our own, Jeff McDowell. Jeff has given Trice Hughes 34 years as one of our top service technicians, and General Motors thinks so also, as they selected Jeff in the top 20 service technicians out of over 7,000 in the Southeast region. We are so proud of you, Jeff. The extra time and dedication it takes to achieve this honor speaks volumes about him. Trice Hughes Incorporated offers top-notch service on all your GM and Chrysler vehicles by certified technicians Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Call 270-365-5522 for your appointment today. Trice Hughes Incorporated, Highway 91 North in Princeton.
The 2018s are here. All 2017s have to go. Every brand we carry, every Chevrolet, GMC, Buick, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram truck has been marked down. 0% financing for 72 months, or up to $10,000 off some models. Come by Trice Hughes or call 270-365-5522. You can also shop at tricehughes.com. Why haven't you given Trice a try? It's easy. Call today, 270-365-5522, or stop by for a great deal today. Give Trice a try.
New car buyers, listen up. We need to move our new car and truck inventory fast, and we need your trade. At Trice Hughes Incorporated, we know the dollar is tight, but there's never been a better time to buy a new vehicle. With fantastic rebates, low rates, awesome trade allowance, and 7 American car lines to choose from, Trice Hughes Incorporated is sure to fit you with the perfect vehicle at a price that's pleasing. And as always, if we don't have what you want on our lot, we'll find it for you. Don't go out of town for a good deal. Stay in town for a great deal. Trice Hughes Incorporated, where your trade is worth more. It's
Back
that time
here
of year
at
again.
103.3
Soon Leaf will be following
FM, the
football, and
Tiger,
deer
the Tiger
season is
Sports
right
Talk
around
with
the
Gator and DT. We just got off the phone with the head football coach at LaRue County High School, Josh Jaggers, who's bringing his Hawks over here tonight for a 7 p.m. kickoff against the Caldwell County Tigers here at Tiger Stadium. Very good interview by Josh, and he has done an outstanding job, D.
Sure has. He's a fine young man. I tell you what,
he is, and of course Marty and I go back. We played together at Western, and just a fine person and a fine family, and he's got it in his blood, and of course he's just an outstanding football coach, and I know that he's going to have a lot of support tonight, and even though it may be split in half, we know it's the makings of a great football game.
20 seniors are a lot.
20 seniors is a lot.
Even if, like he said, some of them don't really play a lot, but they play a lot in practice. It means a whole lot when you have those upper kids that can help a lot in everywhere, all over the field.
And for him to come in there and turn that season, I think last year they had a losing record, and did they make the playoffs, David, last year, LaRue County?
No, I think they did.
They didn't make it out of their district because of Dare County and Hart County made it. And, he's just really done a sensational job of turning that program around, even though he has 20 seniors, to go 11-1 at this, or 10-1 at this point is just outstanding. I think we got a few announcements. Trevor Boyd sent a text to you, and I want to say this before Willie Brown, you've been texting DT and I this morning. You just come in studio and join us, and you don't have to text us to tell us what to say. Or I know you're probably out there working on that football field, getting it ready for tonight. But D, what did?
All I can say is after that, you better get ready for a Mark Bashir throwdown on the field. When Willie sees you, you're down. I just received a text that said the Tigers have 2 football teams going to Owensboro to play the King of the Hill Tournament Classic this weekend, a 9U team and a 10U team. 10U team won first game at 9:30 to play 9U at Wayman Morris Park. So anyway, and that's in Owensboro, right? Is that what we said? So keep up the good work. I read a lot about that in the paper.
Right.
A lot about the
I think the 3rd and 4th grade got beat by Crittenden County in the finals by 1 point.
That was in the Jamboree, that they had Webster County.
Right,
yeah.
right.
And then our other team, I think, fell as well by one. They were close games.
Yeah. Well, we want to, wish best of luck to our future Tigers as well. Coach Barnes, any closing comments you'd like to make?
I'd like to. Last night, Dynamite had a Poly House Federal football team, so I want to thank him and Mary for taking care of us last night. And then the week before, Mr. Angelina's at Majestic House and Bashir Sawmill, and the first other with Mr. Redfern took care of us. So that's something that we've, it always happens every year.
It happens every
year. Somebody steps up, and our kids really appreciate that.
That's a lot of people to feed too.
Yes,
you know what? That's a big deal.
And I know you're very appreciative. What a giving community. I mean, every year, this time of the year, they're always going above
we
and beyond.
had a breakfast out your way.
Had a breakfast last
week,
Friday
wasn't it?
morning.
A senior brunch. So
yeah.
Senior brunch. So yeah, that went well as well.
Well, that about wraps us up.
Yeah,
you got any closing?
Yeah, one of my comments on our Dallas boy.
Oh gosh,
I got to bring this up. I don't. Our Elliott, he's not gonna get to play this week. Yeah, I don't. It don't matter to me. I don't like him anyway. But he's from Ohio State. That hurts me. But what I need to know, if anybody out here is a referee and wants to give me this, why I feel this way, I guess, is every time he gets a first down, he wants to say, "Feed me," spoon his food in and point for the first down. Now, why is that not taunting? And somebody makes a good hit and just happen to look down at them, and they want to give them a penalty. Somebody can give me an answer on that one. I just don't understand. I don't understand. I don't.
Well,
I don't see how they can let them do some gestures and some of them they don't.
They need to eliminate it all. To be
He
fair.
he doesn't show the feed me sign when they knock him about 3 yards back. It's always when he gets first down.
And we were discussing this earlier before we went on the air that football is a game of emotion. And I hate to see that a team is penalized. If they score on the last play of the game and their people leave the sideline to go celebrate, yeah. I think it takes something away from the game, basically. But, I just don't understand it as well. I know they're, trying to be fair, but I think it's kind of taking something away.
Well, I just brought it up.
That's just our opinion.
I just brought it up.
Everybody's got an opinion.
Because I could.
Right.
So, anyway.
I don't particularly like the player either, but, and I don't know how he's gotten away of playing all these games when Tom Brady had to sit out those 4 games for an inflatable football, for, taking air out of a football, And what he did, or been accused of doing, I guess, is, far more. And I hear that the commissioner's under a lot of scrutiny right now in the NFL, especially from Jerry Jones, and they're contemplating of renewing his contract as the NFL commissioner. So, a lot going on in the sports world.
Yeah, buddy.
And once again, we want to thank everyone for tuning in and listening and watching via live stream. If you're unable to make the game tonight, you can catch it on WPKYonline.com. So we want everyone to come out and support the Tigers as their journey continues on.
Hopefully after
Coach
the night
Barnes,
we'll be
best
moving.
of luck to you and the Tigers. And tune in again next week for Tiger Sports Talk with Gator and DT. You're listening to 103.3 FM, The Tiger.
Trice Hughes in Princeton would like to give a big shout out to